Thank you, folks. As the credits roll, first of all, please allow me to introduce our moderator, Lawrence Carter Long. Please welcome Steve Way, executive producer. We're honored to have here Brett Dier. Brett, thank you so much. And the one and only Danny Kurtzman. Danny.
Hello. Hey, everybody. Let's give it up one more time.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Hey, fellas.
Yeah.
Let's take that minute, yeah?
I feel my heart right now, honestly. It's being brilliant.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
Yeah. Thank you. I might get emotional, but we'll just roll with it, all right? A number of years ago, I had a film series. And the tagline of that film series was, "No handkerchief necessary, no heroism required." The thinking behind that, though, was that every film that I had seen about disability up until that point was sappy, safe, or sentimental. It was a response, right? I didn't want to be that. I didn't want to be those things. Because what they weren't was authentic. And now, for the first time that I can remember, I'm willing to break my own philosophy and my own practice. Why? Because that shit was real. Right? The tears were real, and the heroism was real. That's the difference. All right, so thank you, first off, for that. So, I love how the film starts, kind of the slow reality, getting started with the day, taking your time, letting us take it all in, right? And I love the salt, the grit, right? There's affection there, but if you're where I came from, the way you show your affection is by giving somebody a little bit of shit, right? That's how you show your love. So I want to talk a little bit about one of the things I came across when I was prepping for this. All the great accolades about the film. Slam Dance won 2 awards, right? Yeah. You got your reaction here, right? And tagline said, a film about life. And I looked down on the website, there's a quote from the director, right? He talks about his relationship with his friend, and that he'd never seen a film like that before. And because he'd never seen it, by God, he was going to make it. So, tell us about that.
That's when the tears start coming, for sure. Yeah, there's some awesome people on stage with us. The one that can't be here right now is Shane, the director, the heart, the vision of this movie. This movie is called Good Bad Things, and the meaning of that is it's trusting your feelings, your gut. It's the only thing that we all have that we really uniquely have that we can trust. And there's no one that trusts his gut more than Shane. his gut and his bad feelings steered his way through this whole movie. From the beginning, when he called me up and he's like, "I'm in film school and I want to do a movie with you." And I was like, "Dude, I've never acted before." And he's like, "I don't care. I just feel it and I want to do it with you." And I was like, "I love you. Let's do this." To just seeing Brett for 1 second, being like, "You're perfect," to be a version of me. It just goes on, to like, honestly wrapping the project and looking for an executive producer, and Shane being like, "Who do you think?" We had names, and I was like, "I have the guy. It's Steve Way. Can I DM him?" Yeah, and just letting him. He allowed me to tell my story, was what it is to be disabled, what it means to be disabled today. I haven't always had that story. I haven't always had that vision of what it means to be disabled until recently. I'm 37 years old, and he allowed me to have my input on this film and show what it's like that we as disabled people are powerful, and we're perfect, and we're beautiful, and we're unstoppable. And when you have someone like Shane in your life, he can unleash you to do these things. And yeah, it's Shane. Like, he's just magical, honestly. And that's the relationship I've had with him for 25 years. I've known him since sixth grade. And as a disabled person, we know how important friendship is, important friends are. Love goes deeper than just your partner. It goes to your best friends and everything and more. So yeah, that's I think I went a little too on that one, but yeah, that's the story with Shane. Honestly, doing this thing and allowing us to tell our story.
So, tell us a little bit about the process, right? So there's the backstory. Right? How did you get that history into that narrative, into that movie?
I wish I had a good answer. Honestly, it was just, it's the good, bad things. We just trusted our feelings the whole time. Like, the beginning's like, I want to do a movie. I got a script writing. The script sucked. Then he's like, "Do you want to do this together?" I was like, "Sure, let's do this together." I've never written a script. And then we wrote the beats together. Then, like, I go on vacation, come back, we get on set. I don't even know what set is. Like, 12-hour days, I'm like starting at 10, 12 o'clock comes around, I'm like, I'm fucking hungry. And they're like, "You got 2 more hours left, dude." And I was like, I don't know what's going on here. So it was like constantly evolving, and through a couple of these screenings, I've learned that that emotional scene with my dad was really the tipping point of the movie, and everyone on set was always believing in it, but that was like the moment where they're like, "Holy shit, we got something." I didn't know I could do that. Thanks to Gail, who's my father in this movie, and my acting coach. He's in Dead Poet Society. He's got the biggest heart in the world. He helped me get there in that scene. Yeah, we just kept evolving every single day, re-editing the script, putting more and more love, more and more passion, seeing how everything was. Obviously, the bond with this guy just kept getting stronger and stronger. By the last shoot, last day, he's not even in the last scene day that we're shooting, and this guy shows up to my hotel to shower me to get ready. Like, that's the bond of this movie that really happened. It was so special, and that's just like the evolution. It just kept building and becoming this thing, and now we're at Real Abilities New York, and I'm just like fucking mind blown. So
So you look at the blurb, and you read the notices, and you might, even the images, right? And you might think, first glance, right? Oh, this is a love story. And then you're watching the film, and you're thinking, oh, it's a love story between Danny and Maddie. But as I'm watching it again, I realize, you know what? There's another story here. And there's another love here. And that's between Jason and Danny.
absolutely.
Right? One of the things I think I appreciate most about this film is that the dudes right? Kiss each other, hug each other, love each other, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about that bromance.
Well, okay, let me think here. All right, so we do hug a lot in general. Is this on?
No.
It is, right? Hello? Okay. What's up? All right, so yeah, the bromance. So we spend a lot of time before shooting trying to get as close as we possibly could. We spend a lot of time together, and because that felt, obviously for me, that was the most important thing. We need to connect, and we did pretty quickly. Thank God. And it's interesting because this film came to me at a time in my life where I was struggling with connection, honestly, and I was struggling to find something meaningful in my life. I felt kind of numb at this time, and so when this film came, it was like I was obsessed with like this opportunity of like I can connect. It has to be a connection, or it's not going to work, and it's meaningful, and I have to like I got to go all out. So, yeah. So that was the most important part, is connection for me. And,
Right, and your character, I think, was a lot of the comic relief, right? You
Yeah.
break the tension, you drop your drawers, jump in the pool, right? You know.
that was terrifying. I've never shown my ass in a film.
What do you all think? What do you all think?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, B+. That's pretty good.
So now you've both shown your asses on film.
Yeah.
What's it like
Okay.
coming through the other side of that? Seriously.
After showing my ass?
No, like that's a metaphor for the nakedness, the raw emotion, the realness, there's a lot of talk, right, in disability circles
Yeah.
Yes.
about being authentic, right? But there's an authenticity here that goes beyond the casting, right? Genuine, heartfelt, the real stuff, right? And so I like that there's the raw emotion and there's the real intensity, the love, right? There's those moments of silence, but there's the real humor and the like. Yeah, I'll give you a moment, dude, but I'll be over here, if you really want to talk. I guess, Steve, I want to ask you. You came into this after the film was made, right? As a producer, what's that mean to you? What's this movie mean to you?
Can I ask real abilities to cover my therapy session? Yeah, I need that. I want to answer, but I'd like to respond to what you said before
Okay.
about another love story. I think there's a third, and that's Danny loving himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that is what means the most to me. It's Danny learning to not expect the worst in every situation. Danny learning to trust people and not expect to be hurt. It's Danny learning to not sabotage every good thing that happens to him. But most importantly, it's Danny learning to not trap himself. And I think that's a pretty universal feeling. Getting in our own heads, ruining good things that happen to us. We're so used to feeling down, we expect bad things. And when the good things happen, we don't think we deserve it. We think, well, when's the other shoe gonna drop? And that's hard for anybody, disabled or not. But when you are disabled, there's another layer to it. Because we live in a society that was not built or designed for us. And we have to live in a society filled with people with biases that they're not even aware of. And on top of that, we then have to deal with our own internalized ableism, where we think we're not good enough, because that's what we're told. And of course, we are good enough, but it's a lot easier said than done. And watching Danny, the human, portray that through Danny the character is what I take away the most. And honestly, this movie messes me up more every time I watch it. It really does. Because it hits home. And Lawrence, as you said, literally never been shown before. Never seen before. And it's not that hard to do. It's not that hard to have a disabled character and not cast Eddie Redmayne.
Love you, Steve.
It's not that hard to tell a love story with a disabled character and not make the whole point of the movie the guy wants to kill himself. I think of my entire professional career, acting, stand-up, this is my biggest honor. And it's not because of my name in the credits. It's because of Danny. So, if everyone here, please give him the love he deserves. Danny Kurtman, everyone.
So why don't we go to the audience? I want to make sure we get to you and you get a chance. While we do that, I'm going to ask you another question.
Oh,
so
God.
at the pool, the scene at the pool, sun bleached, right? Kind of Miami Vice colors. Danny, the character, is sitting out there dressed in black like Lou Reed after the Velvet Underground broke up, right? We see in the closet there, when you're going through the closet, you got several shades of black that you're wearing.
Yes.
Right? I don't think we see color in the script in Danny's life, the character's life, until he creates the website, the designs. He's got a green shirt on. You can see the green in his
You saw
eyes.
that, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was intentional.
I'm a pro.
You are.
And so talk about the journey of that character. He's learning, right? It's baby steps to kind of open up just a little.
Yeah, he's very comfortable with his space. He's not willing to take risks. He's not willing to, it's stepping outside your comfort zone or try something different. Or it's love is the best part of life. All you have to do is take a leap. And Danny, for so long, isn't wanting to take the leap until, Maddie comes in, and she's just like this shining light that he's, I think, looking for, that sees him. And it is just a little crack in the surface that lets him then see that he's had it the whole time.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like it's now beginning, it's always been, and it was me, the character in the movie, that didn't allow myself to see that I've had it all the whole time. But yeah, at that moment, and then the bed scene, and then he puts the green shirt on, and you kind of he starts feeling himself. He starts feeling his self-worth. He starts feeling alive. And yeah, it's just crazy that it takes to get to that point, and we don't need to wait for that point, honestly. And I've done that in my own life. I don't have a Maddie right now, but I'm living it. And I'm happy, and I'm at fucking Real Abilities, and we can start that Maddie moment and wear that green sweatshirt at any point when we want to and when we choose to. And that's like the coolest thing that I've discovered through this whole process and having all that stuff. It's like we are in the driver's seat, literally, and we can do this and put that green sweatshirt on whenever we want.
So yeah, that's the beauty, I think, of that. And I wouldn't even call it the Maddie moment. I kind of call it the sweatshirt moment.
Yeah.
Because it was always there.
Yeah.
It was always there, and he's just learning to go there, trust it, lean into it a little bit, right? And the beauty, I think, cinematically, let's see who's got questions. Show your hands so that mics can get to you. Is that most of the time the assumption, right, is that folks with disabilities are the receivers of care, the recipients of care. What I love about that scene in particular is that Danny is also the giver of care. He's giving Maddie what she needs. It's not a one-way street. Yeah. It's going both ways, right? Yeah, Christy.
Hi, gentlemen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just going to say thank you because you've all said it. Danny, I have a couple of questions. One is like a little tiny question in a second, but this question is because this is your first acting gig, right? You said you've never acted before, right?
Never.
So which one or two of these scenes did you, because I assume that doing this film opened stuff up in you, because obviously it had to in order for you to give us this beautiful performance. So is there something that you feel comfortable sharing about which one of maybe of these scenes was like, oh, shit, I didn't realize that was happening in me?
Yeah, I'm more than happy to. It's the dad scene with me. It was the darkest moment I got to, and I now realize why all of us actors are so fucked up. Because you have to go to those places, and yeah, that was like the 3 months of one-on-one coaching to get into this character. It was like literally all that scene, honestly, and yeah, I was just in my closet because that's my house too, and Shane, like, it just made it all accessible and low budget indie. We had to do it, so I'm in my closet doing circles for 2 hours, like getting deep, and you saw on the end of the credits, my brother, like, a tribute to him, and passed away like 10 years ago, and I just thought of him and went there, and I told Shane of like, you got one take, make sure everyone's set up, I'm gonna roll into the spot, and we gotta call action, because I don't know, as a first time actor I can do more than one take, and I did it, and he comes up to me, he's like, you gotta do it again. So I did it again, but like that was the point where I was like, this is something, I feel this movie is can't stop. We have to keep putting the fuel on the fire, and it's awesome. So that was my tipping point for sure. I think that was week 2 or 3 of shooting.
Thank you so much for that. And would you do it again?
Oh,
I can't wait. Act again?
I was literally with Brad earlier today. I was like, dude, I can't fucking wait to be back on set. I've been thinking about it for 2 years now. And I honestly have been. This is the culmination. Being at Real Abilities closing night. After this, it's game on. I can't wait. I mean, the agents, managers in this audience, or you know any, hit me up. I want it. I'm gonna get it, and I can't wait for next. And Steve and I are gonna work on some fun. I guess I'm definitely gonna do stuff with Brett again. But if I can be on a screen with Steve one day, that's my fucking dream. And I can't wait for that.
First I want to say this was a beautiful movie. And I have 2 questions. One, how much of the movie is based on events in your actual life? And 2, I noticed in the movie that nobody except Danny really acknowledged his disability. Like, even through like scenes where he was getting out of the Uber and stuff, nothing was ever said about his disability. Was that done on purpose, or did you just not think about it?
Yeah, that's it. So to answer your first question, Yeah, everything basically other than the ending. And the ending being me and Maddie is a somewhat vision mirror of my life and Shane's life. So we took all of our self experiences and put it into this film to a certain extent. And the ending, like we went back and forth for so long on what we're gonna do. It was like just gonna be Brett and I, or Jason and I. I'm gonna end up with another girl, and Shane's like, honestly, like you tell me what you want. That's like how special Shane is. And I laid in bed one night and I was like, this is Hollywood, right? Like I get to have my Hollywood ending however I want. I want the girl. I want the girl to want me. So yeah, yeah, hopefully soon that'll happen. But yeah, and like yeah, that was intentional about the disability thing because yeah, like it wasn't like coming from like an awkward state of just trying to like deflect the disability topic and theme in it, but like that's just how I've lived my life. Like it is, and when you need to like confront it and be like, it's more Danny getting himself in his way, and I think Danny was so scared about confronting and saying, I am disabled, I have a disability for so long. Through this movie, you see him kind of evolve all the way to the end, obviously with his naked body on the wall. But yeah, it was intentional growth of, and I feel we all struggle with that. Like, I can literally say I'm proud to be disabled, and that's like a word that it's hard to use sometimes in this community. And like honestly, I think we should shout it and scream it and do whatever we want because like it's like yeah, being here with all of you is so special, and I haven't been surrounded by so many beautiful, amazing, successful, powerful disabled people. So yeah, let's fucking go.
We have time for one last question.
One great thing too is that you did. Sometimes you didn't have to say it because you showed it.
Yeah.
Right. The thing with the stairs. You still got these stairs, man. You know. People, I think, got it.
That was just the improv that Brett and I got to do.
Made its way. Hello. I'll talk loudly. That's fine.
Let's use a mic. It's an accommodation.
Thank you.
Think of our folks who need
we
it.
were
Okay.
great.
Try that one too.
This one? Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Mark Winsky, and first off, thank you. The honesty on this piece and the truth that was being told was some of the best I've witnessed with the disability film. My question comes with chemistry and casting. Without the chemistry that you all had in this film, I don't think it would have worked or hit as hard as it did. What was that bonding process like with the entire cast and the casting process and all those? Yeah, I'm done. We can do this together. But the casting process was pretty. Again, this goes back to Shane. I wish he was. We miss him. I wish he was here. Shane's just trusted his gut, and there was really no auditions. The moment he saw Brett, the moment he saw Jess, who plays Maddie, he just he knew. And going on your chemistry thing, Brett talked earlier, I don't want to interrupt him, but he doesn't give himself enough credit. Like, we spent time together, but, like, nowhere close to enough for him to literally embody every one of my best friends that I've had over the last 25 years in one single human being. And I can, like, as a disabled individual, how you just were that person with me and my best friend so authentically. Like, that's real. That's what we all experience here. And you just, like, Brett just comes and just delivers that in the most, like, beautiful, big way possible. And that is great. Yeah, as a first-time actor, cool, I did a movie. For him to do that and not really only have a couple weeks with me and be like he's been in my life, my whole entire life, is
fucking awesome, dude. You crushed it. Brett crushed it, guys. Give it up to him. Yeah, that was casting, honestly, with Shane just being like, I know you are going to crush it, and let's go. And yeah, we rolled the dice. We trusted our feelings. Jess, too. Jess was beautiful. She's the perfect person. She, like, saw me and loved me, and I loved her, and it was fucking awesome. And yeah, there's just a lot of, you know, other characters in there that was awesome. G, my acting coach, like, playing my dad. My dad was like, wow, he delivered. So that was really cool. So I hope that answered your question. But yeah, the chemistry just happened. And that's like why this movie is so special, honestly. So yeah.
Brett, anything to add?
Let me think. I think it was really important when we were acting together to find the truth. And we weren't, like, if it was feeling wrong, we'd just do it over and over and over and over again until it felt like we weren't really acting anymore. I think that's the most important thing. It's just like, if it's not feeling real, we'll do it again. And we should take up as much time as we can to find the truth.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
yeah, I know we're going to wrap this up, but like Real Abilities, Isaac, Ravid, Connor. Where's Connor, by the way? Connor's amazing. I know Isaac was like crying talking about you. I cry when I talk about you. It's like been the most accommodating, most amazing festival we could all be a part of. I like it. I'm still gonna be buzzing all the rest of the night and throughout the week. So like, thank you all so much for having me and us in our movie. And all you guys for coming. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
I love you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lawrence.
Thank you. And well, one thing I can tell you all for sure is that in a positive way, Real Abilities is the Hotel California of film festivals. So once you're in, you know, and it's like family. And I think I'll echo those sentiments. So thank you to the whole crew, Connor, everybody, Ravit, Isaac, for giving us the space to get and stay real and to be real with movies. And with conversations like these, you all, thank you for showing up and continuing to show up year after year. And tell your friends, bring your friends, keep it going forward. It only gets better from here. Isaac.
Thank you, Lawrence. I'm just going to say a few quick last things. First of all, I think it was Sean who pointed out to us that we have this theme of family that has shown up this year, and that extends into friendship, and it is just such a beautiful theme that this film plays into. And I watched here how for 2 hours I've re-experienced, and this was something that was gone during COVID, the magic of cinema, of being in a room together for 2 hours and escaping into someone else's life and seeing it in all of its beauty and all of its creativity. And it was really, you know, this was really took me back. So I really appreciate that. And I want this film to get the best distributor out there. This film needs to get,
thank you.
Please.
It needs to get into theaters, and people should see this together. I just want to thank for a moment. I'm looking at this like front row here and seeing just every face that has made this festival possible over the years. I'm seeing Faye Ginsberg, Danielle Scheipuk, Victor Calisi over there, Eli, our newest member of our selection committee, Lawrence, of course, Christine here, Simi Linton on the other side, Sean Horn. I'm sure I'm not mentioning many of you who have made this festival possible, but we know all these nice things that everyone's saying about Real Abilities. Real Abilities is all of you bringing this together. So thank you, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
There'll be more. Check out our streaming site. We have a streaming site. Go catch those last films tonight while you can, and we look forward to seeing you at other events. Have a good night.